Hey there guys, this is Robin Hood, and today I'm going to be bringing you another 2 versus 2 battle in Total War Rome 2. This time I'm going to be playing as the Parthians, and my ally Arcane Digital FX is going to be playing as Seleucid, and our opponent Sin, the 5th Horseman. I don't know if he was trying to say horseman there, but yeah, that's his name. He's playing as Rome, and Takwive? I don't know how to pronounce that, but you guys can see his name there. He's playing as Epirus. And I tell you guys, some of these gamer names, people from all over the world playing don't necessarily know if it's another language, or sometimes it really is just random crap. So, sorry if I butchered your guys' names, but here is this battle map here out in the desert. Anyways, though, here you can actually see the map now. When we originally picked this map, we were hoping for a flat map like over here, and our opponents ended up getting these little hills. And I'm not opposed to attacking hills, but if you guys noticed on the left and right of the map in the loading screen there, the armies that there were, Rome here brought a slightly unconventional army for Rome. But mine is definitely something that's a little bit different. So over here I've got 2 royal cataphracts and an eastern cataphract, and then I've got 3 more eastern cataphracts on this flank. So I've got a lot of very heavy, very dangerous cavalry. And then infantry wise, I have 4 of these eastern spearmen. If we take a look at these guys, you can look at them and you can tell that they are just, you know, they're pretty weak units. They look like they're wearing their pajamas to battle, and they've got these little wicker shields here. But even looking at their stats there on the left, you can see these guys are a crap unit, but they cost almost nothing, and I'll explain that in a second. And then over here I've got 1 Persian hoplite. These guys are a little bit sturdier of a unit. Then I have got 8 mercenary peltists, and so maybe now you guys can tell what the point of this army is. It really was to have these really cheap infantry just kind of hold my opponent down and protect these skirmishers a little bit while they do the damage. I'm not worried about losing a skirmish fight with the amount of skirmishers I brought, and these guys, you know, they're very well armored and they can deal out a ton of damage quickly with those javelins. And then while these little cheap infantry are holding in place and missile fire is raining in, I use the main killing power in this army. Some people would argue it definitely is the peltist, but the purpose of this army for me was to use these cataphracts. So, you know, I've got 6 of them, 2 of these royal cataphracts. These guys are terrifying. The eastern cataphracts are terrifying, and Rome really doesn't have anything that can fight that. Then Arcane here has 2 pikemen units there. I believe he had 5 total. I see 2, 3 more. Yep, so he had 5 pikes total, 3 thorax swords, a royal peltist as his general, 4 light peltists up front. These guys are nice units. They're a little bit less armored, move a little bit faster, but they also carry more ammunition there. So dangerous unit there. He's got a Hellenic cataphract, and then 3 actually of these Median cavalry. So his cavalry force is also decently dangerous. The cataphract's good. Shock cavalry there, and these Median cav will hold in a fight for quite a while. Now looking at Rome here, the reason I said Rome brought a slightly unconventional army, 3 Balearic slingers there, those guys are decent. 1 gladiator spearman to, I guess, defend against cavalry and such. But he's got 8 of these Evocati cohort, and this is really dangerous. These are some of the highest output for the cost sword infantry in the game. They're very heavily armored, great shield strength. You know, they've got use the whip on there, incredible melee attack, 61, and they only cost, I believe, like 870 or 890. So they're really good unit, and it's dangerous that he brought a lot of them, but generally you don't see that many Evocati, sorry, cohort in an army. And of course, that made his cavalry a little bit weaker and his skirmishing, because 8 of those guys does cost quite a bit. He's got 4 Equites. These guys have Draco. They can, helps them fighting anything. It lessens whatever gets affected by that, their resistance to cavalry. But these guys aren't going to stand a chance in an open fight with my cavalry over there, my Cataphracts. These Evocatis, if they came in, they could do some damage, but they honestly wouldn't do enough damage quick enough to prevent me from staying in a cav fight and killing these Equites here. And then his only spear unit to actually help in that is these gladiator spearmen, and these guys I can actually just charge outright with my cavalry and slaughter too, just because they've got pretty much no armor. It's just, these cavalry here would just truck them. And Epirus over here has an mercenary Indian war elephants. Now this unit here really isn't that dangerous to me, because when I have no infantry I'm really worried about losing, and this many peltists would take these guys down in a split second. And then also Arcane here, he's got pikes. I'm guarding his flank with these peltists, and he's got peltists of his own, so we're not really worried about them. And over here I'm going to catch this real quick. I moved up my cavalry to attempt to get my opponent to try to make a cav engagement here, and although it was a terrible move on his part, and I'm not saying that to be mean, just telling what happens here, you guys can see his cavalry, what my guys over here have lost nobody, and his cavalry's dead. Now over here, this eastern Cataphract of mine is actually taking quite a bit of losses. That has nothing to do with these Equites, who only have 3 kills, more with these slingers over here, who are just chucking in a lot of fire there. And they're doing some damage. You can see my men. I'm going to lose over half of this unit, but in the end, although that kind of sucked for me from that positioning, all the Roman cavalry is dead, and over here I lost barely any men. These gladiator spearmen got into the fight for a second, and it's pretty much just dead Roman cav over here. And they're going to come back from routing with minimal men left, so you guys will see a little bit more of them later. But right now, I'm going to go ahead and speed up the game, because my entire point with this army, I have to engage on an open field where my cavalry can do its work, so I need to, draw out Rome here onto the field. We'll hit play one more second. You can see he's sending his cavalry after my skirmishers, drew them back behind my spears, responding with a eastern Cataphract, and you can see these guys charge in here, and they're just going to slaughter the last of these Equites in here. Once again, the slinger fire's coming in, but this time it's not prolonged enough to actually get through my men's armor. So I'm going to lose almost nobody here, and he's going to fall back his skirmishers a little bit. And over here you can see another Cataphract unit chasing away some Thessalian cavalry there. And I'm going to turn away. I accidentally get caught the slightest bit by these Thurios spears. We'll see. They're going to kill 2 of my men, so slight micro mistake on my part, but not that bad there. Now, Rome here, this is a problem for me, these Evocati cohort. Just the fact that they are in this Testudo. My, Peltists do a lot of damage. This Testudo will hold against that, though. But you can see all the fire coming in. Those slings over there getting destroyed. And this unit of slingers starting to take some javelins here. And of course, here comes the Roman attacking Testudo moving forward. And once again, great move for him. I don't know if I would have put, if you guys noticed, he put those Testudo on at the beginning of the battle there. And I don't know if I would have done that early. It's pretty much the obvious thing to do, but he could have maybe waited a little bit and possibly caught me off guard, although honestly I expected it. Here I am taking a few shots with my javelins. This was a bad idea, but I figured because it's on the flank here where these shields are, I might be able to get some kills. And you can see after, look at this guy, wow, javelin through the side of the face. After 2 volleys I started to, but I gave up on that because 2 volleys way too much for me to only get 8 kills out of that unit. And he's going to back away once again into Studo. And you can see I have just kept falling back here because the purpose is once again to skirmish him, which at this point his skirmishers are dead. I just need to catch him in the open with my cavalry. And over here these mercenary Indian war elephants are running forward. They're starting to come around. Arcane's shifting some pikes here. And right here, micro mistake, he accidentally clicked a move order instead of an attack order with the pikes. But these elephants aren't going to do too much damage to this unit. I'm just going to kind of let them run through. What I'm going to do is while these elephants are stopped, take a trample charge with these Cataphracts and try to do some damage to them. And now you can see the light peltist fire flying in on these guys. I'm going to get my cav out of there, and these elephants are going to start just dropping. And that's almost the entire unit dead there. They've got 2 men left, and there they go. So that elephant unit did a little bit of damage, wasn't that much of a threat. Over here, these gladiator spearmen had charged into my Persian hoplites, and my cataphracts that were dealing with the elephants just came into their rear there and finished them off. And as to that, I've got the rest of my cavalry off on my left flank here. You can see Rome is starting to get surrounded by my skirmishers and my cavalry here. Look at this. I don't know if you guys can see that over there. Some skirmishing going on back here. A lot of these light peltists going down, and these guys once again are a little less resistant than normal peltists to missile fire, and these archers here have got a better angle with the hill. And over here Rome is starting to move out and forward. I am taking a charge here with these Eastern Cataphracts. I don't know if I should have done that there. My guys will make short work of his legatus here, his general unit, but he does have Evocati cohort in here with a lot of boosts on them there. Loyalty of the 10th and presence, as well as use the whip, so he is going to do some damage to my men there. Over here, these Evocati though are about to take a charge in the flank from a royal cataphract there, and these guys, they're braced from the front, not really from the flank here. And they're going to turn their backs right then, and you can see that charge just went right through them. I'm going to fall back with this unit. And a lot of those Roman soldiers are getting up, but damage was done. These guys down to 89 men from 120, so getting 31 kills there in that charge. And of course that disorganized the Roman lines. Over here doing some rear charges on these Evocati cohort with my cavalry. And I've got these Persian hoplites over here just to ward off these Thessalian cavalry, which were making some charges. But you can see these Evocati cohort, when surrounded, take losses pretty quickly. This unit's still doing decently. They're now taking peltist fire though, and you can see that's just going to shred them over here. And back to the center. This was a good move on Rome's part. Arcane should have fallen back a little bit more with me, but Rome is going to decide to just completely ignore me since I keep falling back and start heading over here onto the flank of the Seleucids. And at the same time, Epirus is attacking here, but they are attacking head-on into pikes here. Now they do have some pikemen of their own, so we'll see how that goes. Pike battles always a little bit interesting here. That there, those royal peltists right into pikes, not as good as of a move there as pikemen. But you can see this is the real danger now. These Evocati cohort coming around the flank, so I'm rushing all of my men over, attempting to get that. And look at this. Both flanks just crushed in on this Thessalian cavalry there at the exact same moment by cataphracts. there's nothing they can do. That's it for them. But I'm trying to get all of my men over as quickly as I can. Epirus here is getting pretty badly beaten from attacking the front, but these Evocati cohort here on the flanks is something that we did not plan on. It was a good move on Rome's part. And this poor unit of pikemen now surrounded. There's nothing really they can do there. So I'm throwing in my crappy holding infantry to do just that, to hold, and you can see they're just getting absolutely slaughtered. There's nothing they can do against an Evocati cohort, but it is giving me time to set up cavalry for charges like this here, and of course my javelins getting more time to fire in. So Rome is getting pretty badly hammered by cavalry here. I've got this unit of Eastern Cataphracts coming back, and over here I've got another Royal Cataphract coming around, and they are going to charge into the rear of this pike unit. And there you go, obliterating that unit there. And over here, Rome is just getting cut to pieces from all sides from peltist fire there. Those guys definitely doing their work. Some of my peltists that are out of ammo just charging in to hold these guys in place. And I did a rear charge on these Evocatis, engaged with the Thorax Swordsmen with an Eastern Cataphract. And that morale penalty is going to finish these guys off here pretty quickly, followed by another charge. And of course, Epirus now has pretty much ceased to exist, so Arcane's throwing in more troops against these Evocati. They've got nowhere to go, pikes to their fronts, tons of Cataphracts coming into their rear. And over here, once again, these guys just getting cut down by peltist fire. Back on this front, some of my Cataphracts are about to start running free over here, finish off these last skirmishers as the last of Rome is dying. You can see these guys coming forward here, charging through those Granian axemen, and I'm just going to continue going. These archers here are going to get some shots into my men and do a little bit of damage, and I believe these Granian axemen might get a volley or two. Doesn't look like it. They're getting hit by some Cataphracts here, but these archers were doing some damage. But anyways, that's going to end that battle. So different tactic. I might try that again on a better suited map there, where I can be aggressive right from the beginning, which is what I wanted to do. But you can see all my Cataphracts, except for this one here that got shredded in the beginning, all of them putting up good numbers. Of course, my actual infantry doing really nothing. Peltists did decent, but there's the end stats there. Arcane and I managing to deploy the exact same amount of troops, both of us losing about 900. I killed 1,234 and he killed 1,021. You can see Rome, some of these Evocati cohort doing decently, but the rest of them just getting crushed under the weight of cavalry. And of course, Epirus pretty much just died on the front of pikes there. That elephant unit, ton of cost in that unit there, only 25 kills for, I believe, what's like 1,500 to get, so totally not worth it there. That unit did not pay off at all, and he definitely could have put that money into some better infantry there, or perhaps not charged the elephants unsupported at the beginning. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed that battle, and I will see you all next time with more.